Well, speaking of the movies, we did Dune a couple of weeks ago. I didn't know much about it, right? Like you said to watch it, this could be a good one. It's popular in the zeitgeist. And I thought it was pretty good. I was like, I don't know what we're going to talk about. I enjoyed the experience in the giant IMAX because it was good to be back to the movies. And then it just grew on me. I started to watch David Lynch's old version of it, thinking, I'll watch a little bit. I watched the whole thing. I went back to the theater because after I watched that, I was like, I think I missed some stuff. So I went back and I was like, actually, yeah, I liked it better the second viewing. I buy the book, drive 30 minutes to a fucking Barnes & Noble.
You've went to a real life bookstore?
I drove to 2 bookstores. The first one didn't have it because I just wanted to read it that night and I didn't want to give Amazon any more business. And so I went to a bookstore, bought it, read half of it. It's a really easy book to read. Anyway, I got all obsessed about it. And guess what? It wasn't just me because there was all these tweets. But people liked Dune, and everyone was like me watching it 2 or 3 or 4 times, and this started to grow on people, and they bringing it back to IMAX, which is the way you gotta see Dune.
Wait, how can they bring it back? Like, I didn't even know it was gone. Didn't it just come out last month?
It's like one of the movies that's like on its way out, so it's not a ton of showings, and it's definitely not in the IMAX. Eternals took over it.
Oh.
I watched that in the IMAX too. But so now everyone's like, wait, I heard about Dune is good. And now they're switching it and they're bringing it back full time into the IMAX if you missed it.
God, when the next movie comes out, I think it's going to be very different. There's going to be a ton of anticipation. Now there's going to be all these new fans. And this next movie is going to make even more money.
It's a weird one for me that it did burn so slow. I thought I would forget it in a few weeks or whatever. And now I'm like obsessed. And it really seeded in there.
It's not doing the things you would expect for something to gain momentum like this, right? Like there's all these tricks that they pull. Like for one, they broke it into 2 movies, which is a crazy thing to do because when you end in the middle of the story, it's not really fulfilling. Like you've only gotten half of the journey.
Yeah.
And like that's a weird place to end. And somehow and it doesn't even end with like a cliffhanger, really.
Yeah.
They're not doing what Netflix would have done, right? End on a fucking cliffhanger to trick you into watching the next movie. It's actually just good. And it's good enough that it's drawing people into the next one without those tricks.
Part of it is Denis, the director, like everything in that movie was very important. And you don't know that the first viewing. And it's not because now I know more from the book and the other movie. And it's like, because I know more, the movie makes more sense. I thought it was that. But it's not. It's all in the movie, and it's just subtle. And every scene and every kind of line they say is important because there's not a lot of dialogue. It's kind of slow moving or what have you. And then every kind of visual he puts in there, like the Baron floating above, and it all seems to be representing something about them, their character, the story. So I think it's one of those kind of layered movies.
I think Dune operates on a deeper level, right? And we'll talk about this later today with Ghostbusters. But like, there's something going on that really speaks to people, and it's not obvious and it's not superficial. It's not something you can easily take apart and go, I liked this part of the movie and that part. It's something about the way it's all put together and the journey and the way it makes you feel that it's touching people on a deeper level that is not easy to dissect.
Not like dodgeball.
You're crazy, dude.
Spirit, some people hear it, some people fear it. Spirit, some people just won't go near it. Sure as I'm me and you should know you're you. The spirit is the key to unlock the true you.